What's up, guys? Just back from Pleasanton, Super Bowl of Highland Games in the United States for sure. It's the biggest games on the circuit as far as number of attendees, the level of athletes that get invited. I was one of 12 invited. 8 of the people that came were at World Championships 2 weeks ago, and one of the other guys is going to be at World Championships next year, no doubt about it. Healthy competition there. And you could see in the rankings and how it played out, there was some little mini battles throughout the whole games. Fantastic games though, albeit hot, very hot, as you got to expect when you go to Pleasanton. You got to plan for it to be 100 degrees down there, and that's what it was. So I had to deal with a little bit of adversity with that, but like I said, I expect it. It doesn't mean I always do really well with it, but I do expect it. I had a decent performance on the day. This video is going to be day 1. It is a 2 days games for those of y'all that don't know. This is going to be day 1 where we contested the Braemar stone, which is at Pleasanton is that big 28-pound Vieira stone. That thing is the size of my head. And then we did the light hammer and the heavyweight in the morning, then shifted over to the track in front of the grandstands. One of the things that makes Pleasanton the most special, the grandstands and the horse track. Do sheaf, which isn't counted as part of the points for the competition. It's a championship event. Pays us money for competing in that. And then the competition, the class caber. We do 2 cabers, well, 3 technically if you can turn the qualifying challenge caber. First day though was the class caber. Kind of a behemoth. I don't know. I remember what the stats are. 19, more than 120 pounds, and not much taper. I had an overall good day on day 1, except for I was most disappointed about the hammers, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. I was really coming in there expecting to throw the hammers much better than I did. I don't typically throw the hammers well at Pleasanton for a number of reasons, but I was really expecting more than what I got. So too bad, whatever. Had to shake it off and make up for it a little bit. Did throw the heavyweight fairly well. Didn't hit 40. Was expecting to hit 40, but 39.10.5 is about almost as close as you can get. Not much difference between 39.10.5 and 40 feet, but it left me with a pretty strong placing in that as well, though. And then the Braemar stone, like I said, I mean, I threw it as well as I've ever thrown it there. I've thrown it for 4 years. I think I pushed it out to 33.5, which is not a great Braemar number, but for that thing, it's a challenge, man. That's a big stone. Despite how easy Berger threw that thing 45 feet. Well, I don't know how easy it was, but it looked beautiful. 45 feet for the new field record that he took from his dad. And then the afternoon we threw sheaf. I got 30 feet on sheaf. It wasn't like the most beautiful day for me for sheaf. I was kind of had a couple of technical miscues, but I did get over 30 feet, which is 30 feet is my PR. I'll take it. And then it got me into 4th place for that and got me into some good money. I'm happy about that. And then I was not even close to 33 feet, and you'll see that later in the video. And then in the caber, I was drained. I didn't even want to be anywhere where the sunshine was touching me by that point, but hey, had to persevere. Made a couple good, valiant efforts at it. There's only 3 people. I don't remember. Half the class did not turn the caber, unfortunately. That the track was about as hard as concrete this year, so we were getting no love out of that. Yeah, Vlad put on a show, as you expect he would. Vlad Tulacek might be one of the best caber turners of all time, and he made it look like child's play, much to our chagrin, the rest of the class, because we did not make it look that easy. We made it look real hard. So hey, you're welcome, Vlad, for making you look real good. So anyway, on to the footage. I do want to do a quick little shout out and a thank you to everybody involved in Pleasanton Games. I'm privileged and honored to be a part of the group that got to honor Steve Conway as he stepped down from his main chair position. He's still going to be around. He's still going to be doing stuff with the games, but Eddie Brown and Tom Kincaid are going to take over more of the active role in that, and the game is in good hands with those guys, no doubt about it. And the volunteers, got a huge shout out to the volunteers. Those guys are amazing at putting up and taking down that games 2 times over the weekends, because of all the things that go on there. Our main field for throwing turns into a soccer field second half of each day, and then the track, we can't set anything up on that until the after the opening ceremonies are done. So we get out there, the bands are going, the kilted mile, they do whatever they do out there, and then after that's all said and done, then the group can come in and set up the sheaf standards and the two wob standards, and then bring out the heavy cabers and everything. So props to those guys. We had plenty of shaggers, plenty of markers. Major props to those guys, and thank you. Huge shout out to y'all. And then to the group, love throwing with y'all. Thanks for keeping competition great, fun, lively, and still a competition, still entertaining, and trying to challenge each other. So huge shout out to y'all. Thank you for that. And then yeah, enjoy. Also, enjoyed a little bit of scenery footage that I put in there. One of the great parts about the games, as I said before, is getting to see some of these places that you don't ever get to see. I haven't ever got to see, or places I get to visit again that I've seen before. So yeah, it's a beautiful place to go to get the chance. You should definitely do it. All right, enjoy. All right, here's the boys warming up for Braemar Stone. First throw of the day, first event of the day. And yeah, just doing normal warm-up stuff. Like I said, this stone is a beast. 28 pounds. It's about the size of a normal person's head. Tough to push out there, tough to tuck. So take what you can get with it. I had a pretty decent series. I think all throw, well, no, that's not. 31 feet on my first throw, but then I took 2 throws that were above 33 feet. Again, the best I've thrown this stone ever, and I can be thankful for that. Burgers launched it out 45 plus, and then I think there was a good gaggle of people between 33 and 35. So difficult stone to throw, as indicated by the results of the group. Some pretty good stone throwers in that group, still only able to push it out that far. Moving on to light hammer. Like I said in the intro, I was just not happy with my performance on light hammer. I was really expecting to go. I was expecting to throw it over 130 feet. Now, keep in mind, hammers don't typically fly very well at Pleasanton. I think everybody is a little bit off their best marks usually. I don't know why exactly. I mean, they got those larger hammerheads. The ground is usually a bit unstable. It's kind of a drier ground, so if you do rely a lot on being stable in your with your blades underneath the soil, it's going to affect you a lot. And I am one of those people that I do need to have good stability. And you'll see me fidget around a lot with trying to get these blades buried in. This first throw was absolutely nothing to write home about. 108 feet, which is honestly embarrassing to be throwing in this group. I mean, I let go from my hip. I wasn't going anywhere near fast enough. No side to side movement and displacement on the throws. So yeah, pretty embarrassing. Second throw though was better. 117 feet. I don't know what that's going on. Did I just foul my third? I might have fouled my third. But a little bit better. Still nothing great. Missing a lot of side-to-side mobility and missing the release. Again, I think just not feeling like that left foot was ever actually secure underneath the soil might have contributed a lot. So, I mean, excuses, but oh yeah, I didn't foul this throw. I fouled it on purpose, but as I was trying to get extension, to get a little bit longer, I made the ball hit the ground in front of me. So it might have been a pretty decent throw. It might have been a mid-120s throw if I could have held on to it. But hey, it's kind of like a fish story, right? The biggest ones are always one to get away.
Look at this professional.
Then we moved into the heavyweight to wrap up the morning throws. What say you? All right. I felt good. My opening throw was near 40 feet, 39, 10 and a half, which it's kind of nice to get on the board with a good throw. This put me out in the lead on the first round. I think there was a couple people that punched one out just a little bit further than me, but it was a good mark to have on the first throw, because that meant that I could get in there and try to make something magic happen on the next 2 throws to try to find more speed or more elevation or something. Wasn't able to best that throw. The 39, 10 and a half was the best throw for me for the day. And then I had 2 that were in that high 38s range. So, again, happy with the result on that. I think I took 5th place on the heavyweight. And in that group, like I've already discussed, I'll take that 100% of the time. Being less than a foot behind the current reigning world champion is a good feeling. With the heavyweight, I think that I can just focus on dialing in that technique and then and then catching the weight. You know, when I get my feet down, I can immediately start applying more speed and more force into it, and that's going to help me more than anything, just not hesitating once I come around and catch. And then here we moved out to the horse track for the afternoon, and you saw the Marines bringing us on as part of the opening ceremonies, and then that bang up team of professional volunteers got out and got the upright stood up in record time. Getting us out there to hopefully get our day with sooner rather than later. It was hot. I mean, it was 100 degrees by this point. Sun was just beating on us like we owed it money. But came in a sheaf. Like I said, this is not a contested event. This doesn't give us points for the overall competition. Kind of wish it did. Fourth place points with a couple of the top competitors above me. Being towards the bottom of this. I mean, those Europeans, they don't throw chief, but hey, you take wins where you can get them. Would have nice to have points, but hey, get a couple $100, just throw this thing 30 feet in the air. That's not a bad deal at all. That was a light throw for me. That we opened the chief height at 24 feet, so it was pretty easy shot. To get up there to 24 feet. And then from there, I just kind of bounced around. Like I said, technique wasn't dialed in by any means. I had a few come off early, which has been kind of my bane lately. Kind of not being able to get that energy going straight up and down. And I throw it off to the side, to my left, to the stage right. Which I think I do on this one. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. I mean, that's a common fail point for me. But I was able to make the adjustment, come back, and get it over on the second attempt at 27 feet. Kind of bag got a little hung up there, but obviously was able to overcome that. And then we got into 30 feet, had two misses, and then probably the most excitement you'll see out of me about tying a PR, because you know, those third throws, make it or you're out. Those are the ones that build the most drama, right? So, tying my PR at 30 feet, you know, it's definitely got excited about it. And of course, we got to get the Pleasanton crowd excited about it as well, man. That's what I didn't take a video of this year was on the other side of that camera turning around. There's just 10,000 people.
Some would say to the east side. Now rip your shirt off.
It's so sweaty, I've never done
That was my attempt at 30. Like I said, felt good. And then I just left this video in here. I was nowhere close to making this 33 feet. I think this is that was my best go at it. And I was done at that point. And then on to the caber. Three attempts at it. The first one was probably the best look at it. And then the next two after that, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I was hot. I wanted to go hide from the sun at this point. It was real tough to be out there in those conditions. You know, I did my best to keep up on water throughout the day, but it seems like if I drank 16 ounces of water, I'd sweat 20 ounces of water. So definitely fatigue was pretty well set in. You can see a stick. Like I said, I think somewhere 19 feet, 120, 125 pounds. And not much taper at all. So you definitely have to be able to get the speed going with this to be able to get it over, and I just didn't have it that day. Picked pretty easy, except that black tape they had on that thing really heated up, super heated in the sun. So you got a nice little burn on your neck as you leaned into it for the first time. And then, of course, like I said, the horse track was concrete, man. It was just not soft, not giving us any love whatsoever. All right, that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Stay tuned for part 2 coming up in the next day or so.